Hello and welcome to Insights from Autistic. I'm Arman Khodaei. I am 25 years old and on the autism spectrum. Today's video is about being independent if you have autism or Asperger's syndrome. So I myself do not live independently. I live with my dad, and a lot of these things I'm going to talk about, I have not reached that stage of doing them. But this is a very important video because there are some people who are about to transition to becoming independent, people who are independent and struggling with it, and at some point I myself will be independent. And I have to prepare myself for that. So this video is for me and for everybody else out there that's going to be in a similar situation. So by me putting this video out there, I'm helping myself and helping others. So what's the most important thing? Okay, so you choose to become independent. Ultimately, being independent has a lot of responsibility, and I really recommend that you get a roommate, at least at first. Somebody that maybe also has autism, or someone that's very understanding of the condition. And you want someone that's a good friend that's going to work with you. Or you want to have a counselor to check up on at least once a week or so. Because you're going to, it's going to be at the beginning a work in progress. And there can be some pitfalls and you're going to need that support. So ultimately, I think it's really good to get a roommate. And if you get a roommate, you guys can split the cost. And it'll be cheaper that way. So what are some things? There's going to be financial things to look at. So you're going to have to learn how to budget. What to buy, what not to buy. Paying the bills, paying them on time. Buying food. Going to work. Making friendships, relationships, meeting people. Keeping to a schedule and maintaining it. These are all things you have to look at. So let's start off with the last one, talk about keeping a schedule and maintaining it. I really recommend that you get a planner. This has been very handy for me. Even if you are not being independent, having a planner will be very good for you. I actually do two things. I plan out my day on like a separate piece of paper where I write down my goals for that day. And then I have this planner that tells me about everything that's going to come up. As you can see, for the month of April, I had a few things coming up. So that way you don't get stuck, you don't get lost. I even recommend, if you have a job from a certain time to a certain time, just write it in your planner, just so you can visually see it. That way you don't accidentally make an appointment and forget about work or have two conflicting things. It's very important that nothing conflicts it. So you need to keep yourself in check. You need to keep things structured. Planners keep things structured. Many of us with autism really like that structure. That helps with that. Budget. Budget's another structured thing. Get another planner just for budget. So you're going to have two planners. You're going to have a budget planner and this planner. First, with your budget planner, find out the cost of groceries that you spend every month. And at first, you might not get it exactly right, but that's fine. Give yourself some extra money, emergency money. So groceries, the rent. The rent's going to be a solid amount. So automatically subtract that from however much you're making. Then, figure out the cost of electricity and heat. And then subtract that. Now, electricity and heat, they can fluctuate. So give yourself, add like $50. Add no matter what. Okay, so you figure out the cost of groceries and heat and electricity. You add those totals with the rent. Add $100 or $50 or $75. Add yourself some amount. This amount is just in case the prices for those go up. And it also gives you some emergency money in case you need to go to the doctor or something comes up. So maybe $100 is a good amount. So subtract that automatically from the amount that you're making. And now that amount, that's your starting total. That's the amount they have to work with. All those other amounts, that is non-negotiable. Even if you have extra money from that 100, just set it aside, put it in a savings account. Save it if you don't spend that money. Because what happens if you accidentally plan your budget, you'll either go hungry, or you'll end up not paying bills on time and your electricity will be shut down, or you'll end up getting a fee added to that. And you don't want fees added to your thing because that is harder and it adds more money and makes life more difficult. And that is not awesome, and you do not want your life any more difficult. So then the rest of the money, however much you have left over from that, that is money to do with as you please. You can save it. I recommend saving it, some of it, but do with it as you like. You want to buy video games? Good. You want to go out, meet people? That's an excellent idea because that's actually a challenge for us. Go places to meet people. And where to meet people, because when you are living independently, it's important to have a social life. So it really depends on your personality and what you're looking for and what type of social life you want to have. if you want, a significant other, you're going to have to go to places to meet a significant other. And so you might look in the ad once a week, see if there's an event. You might try going to bars if that's your style. It's not my style. But, find a place to meet people. And set aside money for that. Because that's important. It's important that you keep on meeting people, interacting with people. That is important. So, and then grocery shopping. So I talked about the money aspect. And, if you need to, have a friend, a relative, somebody that checks up on you, making sure that you're getting your budget set. And be honest with them about how you're spending your money. And, just have somebody to check up, see how you're doing it, if possible. That's why I really recommend a roommate. And then the grocery shopping. It's important that you don't eat the same crap every single day. Yes, we love eating the same crap every single day. We get addicted. We have a certain style. We like one thing. But it's important to spice things up a little bit. So have somebody, maybe the first couple of weeks or so, to go grocery shopping with you and help make your diet expand a little bit. I really recommend not eating the same thing. But if you must eat the same thing, fine. If it's non-negotiable, you're going to eat the same thing, that's fine. But I really do recommend venturing out and, expanding that. And so that's important. And so those are the key points about living on your own. And you want to make sure that you have emergency contact information for people to get a hold in case something happens. And you always want to have somebody at least check in with you once a week, just so they know that you don't disappear off the face of the planet. Of course, if you go to work on a constant basis, people would maybe notice something. So that is my basic video on being independent. I'm not independent, so there's probably more to this that I don't know about yet, but it's good to talk about the subject, and it's good to think about this subject. And I thank you for watching this video and wish everybody an awesome day of super awesomeness. Thank you.